It didn't take much convincing. It was a world-renowned video game created by a genius in Neil Druckmann and his team at Naughty Dog. Pedro had already been cast as Joel. They were looking for someone who could play his brother and also embody the spirit and the soul of Tommy. And they called, said they were interested, asked if I could do a couple scenes for them. They told me I had the part, and I spoke with them on a Zoom. They congratulated me, invited me into the fold, and we were off to the races. We have the opportunity to expand on certain areas of the game that you may not have experienced. We get to create new characters, that are different from those established in the game. Melanie Linsky plays a great character, Kathleen. We get to see Frank, who's a character that we know of in the game, but we get to truly explore in an episode, in episode 3 with Nick Offerman and Mary Bartlett. So it's really just a matter of finding where we have to adhere strictly to the game in order to satisfy the purists and satisfy the fans who have given their so much time and so much love for 10 years. The game was created in 2013 and it's truly beloved. So we had to make sure that we adhered where we needed to and stapled down certain milestone moments, but then, have our freedom to explore this world that Neil created and to offer something new and special for everyone. It would be easy to say that I identify most with Tommy, which is true in a lot of ways. His general persona, his call to duty that he seems to always feel obliged to rush towards. But in truth, I think there's a lot of Joel in me. I'm an older brother myself, and I understand what it is sometimes to feel this kind of paternal obligation to your younger siblings, and Joel certainly has that. If the world were all to go to heck, well, number one would be a blade. If I didn't have a blade and I needed another weapon in a pinch, maybe like in the game, the Molotov cocktails are kind of fun. So I would try to craft one of those. Snacks. Find music somehow. In the games, Ellie finds a guitar, or she's gifted a guitar. She learns how to play. I would probably find one of those, throw it on the back of my horse. You wouldn't need a horse if you can find one. Love, man. Can't live without that. And is it worth living without that? So, love. Pedro already said self-admittedly would be useless. He'd be a lot of fun to have around, but he's already said that he wouldn't be good in that scenario. So Bella would be pretty great. Offerman would be great. Nick was great. Nick's a smart guy and a woodsy guy and he's very much like his character Bill. Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't be too bad to have. They probably would just see him and run away. He's the Terminator after all. Dave Chappelle. Dave keep you laughing. I don't know how long he'd last, but he'd definitely be funny. Actors might not be the best people to have around. We do learn a lot of skills. I've acquired a lot of combat skills and driving skills and a lot of stuff during my work, but we might not be your best compadres out there. I would say bloaters, instinctually, just because of the size and how scary they are. But once you know how to handle one of those, they're somewhat mindless at that point. Clickers, of course, scary as well and can attack you and very aggressive. But raiders are humans, and they're human beings choosing to hurt other human beings. To have to and confront that element of humanity, the dark sides of humanity, and which is a lot of what The Last of Us touches on. It's a very important theme throughout. So yeah, maybe the raiders are the scariest because they're choosing to seek out people and take advantage of them and hurt them. So probably the raiders. Would I do the same? Yeah, man. Yeah, I love ravioli. Chef Boyardee, it's brilliant. We've been very smart in the way we use the action, we use the horror elements of it. I will say, I do get pretty emotional. Almost every episode, there's been a moment where I've been brought to the point of almost welling up in tears because of the power of the depth of the characters and the power of the performances and what everybody's doing. We shot for over a full year. We shot 217 shoot days, which is like some Lord of the Rings level shooting. It was a full calendar year plus 1 week. There were so many amazing performances being delivered throughout the year. various different times. So I'm still able to be surprised by those upon watching it. And I wouldn't say I got scared very much, but I definitely got sad quite a number of times. And we've been, I think HBO's on the hook for a lot of psychotherapy, from what I gather on the internet. I had the honor and privilege of working with Arnold Schwarzenegger again. Arnold and I, of course, did Terminator Dark Fate, which came out back in 2019, the true sequel to Terminator 2. And it was during that time that I befriended Arnold and we became close. And it came time, he was doing a show called Fubar on Netflix, where he plays a retired CIA operative who gets pulled back in, too, for one last mission to help extract an asset. I won't give away too much, but yeah, so it's a spy action comedy with some family comedy elements. You know, I've worked with some of my heroes already: Arnold, Michael Shannon, Alfred Molina, Colin Farrell, who I love, I worked with in True Detective. So, you know, I'm ticking off the boxes. I worked with the great Robert Rodriguez on Matador and Richard Linklater, of course. Still need to work with Wes Anderson, and that will complete my holy trinity of Austin filmmakers. But as far as actors go that I've yet to work with, I don't know, Malkovich, Walken, Sam Rockwell, Cate Blanchett, who is more luminous in person, if you can believe it. Tilda Swinton, you know, a lot of great actors.